before that happened. So this is just the initial, hey, let's bring an assessment in to see what type of possibility is there. So that's kind of what that allocation.
It could all be changed going forward. When, with the initial grant, they had to give a percentage of an allocation, like I think 20% scholarships, like 30 or 40% for, and that was in the original application. Now, and that's where you get the grant. Now, the committee has the ability to change that and change those percentages and decide we want to go more this direction. But that should be done in the initial.
Yeah, on the grant application, on the new grant application.
Now, the grantors is going to look at it and see if you met those criteria that they approved.
Yeah. But they could certainly go back in the next application when they, what they want to spend those funds on, for sure.
All this sounds maybe more difficult than it really is. It's really not that difficult, but there is some criteria, box around what you can do.
Yeah.
And they try to suggest on that grant what they want to do. They can go back and make different suggestions when they apply for the grant again.
So, any other questions?
Is there a chance the state would give us to develop CRAs?
I mean, there's other grants available. Yeah, it would be outside of this grant, right? But there are other grants available that could be pursued to encourage that type of growth.
I think Delta and Fillmore both could really use something like that to help with the infrastructure.
Yeah.
In their city limits or annex land in and use that for it.
Yeah. So obviously there was a large chunk of money that was sitting here, right? And based on the criteria of what could go to the small businesses and what could go to the scholarships, the board was trying to get, hey, what's the best bang for the remainder of those dollars? And that municipal assessment was a topic of discussion in that meeting, and they felt like it was a really good spend. Obviously, the nuclear assessment, right, was a conversation that was had to encourage that committee to come down, the energy committee to come down and see, and then this municipality conversation was also one of the main topics that they had. So yeah, we can't build a store up like we did anymore, right? But and had a large chunk of it. So this is pretty unique in the process, but the process I feel like has come a long ways in actual boundaries and application and how we can get the determinations on how to spend the money, the best uses of it. I mean, it's kind of building the ship as it's sailing, but I think it's come a long ways from when we first started. So appreciate the media board's time, right? All of those volunteers and the time they give, and they're very engaged and very interested. They had about a 2-hour meeting last week on it, and so we appreciate all of their time that they spend, obviously, on their own time to contribute to the economic growth of the valley. So
yeah, that year I was over the media board, and they were trying to do what's best, and I went to those meetings every month, and they tried to figure out the best way to use the money. It's a tough decision, I know that.
And they had a lot of really good, hard conversations, right? And they play devil's advocate in that meeting and do a lot of research and have a lot of wisdom, with business owners and stuff like that. So they're actually, we really appreciate their competency and their time.
Well, I would say this, if this becomes difficult, we do have another option. We don't have to take the grant. So this seems to be a problem. We voluntarily applied for it, and we've gone through a lot of stuff, but we don't have to do it. The state would not care at all if we didn't take it. So we could just, I see Ron out there maybe had a question, and then I'll make a motion. Do you want to, Mr. Chairman? There's somebody in the audience that wanted
a little. And prior to action, just take care to know, if I haven't seen the list, but if there's any conflicts, just disclose them before action.
And if you could say your name for the record as well.
You bet. My name is Ron Larson. I'm with Jones and DeMille. I just wanted to give you guys some heads up. We've been working with City of Delta quite a bit on their general plan. We're moving forward with an annexation plan that is going to be beneficial, I think, for what the county wants to do and let the cities take that development as much as possible. So things are moving forward, and I don't want to speak for Adam, but Adam and I have been talking a lot about how we can work together as a county with the city to develop that way forward so that we can make it easier for the annexation process. And that has been moving forward in a very positive way, and I've gotten very good feedback from the city in dealing with them on that as well, that they want to do that. And I think it'd be beneficial for all our communities in the county in the long haul. And so we'd like to see this kind of move forward to Fillmore and some of the other outlying communities. I think it'd benefit both the communities and the counties and the county. So I just wanted to let you guys know about it.
No, I like that idea. I think it's great if we can help the municipalities develop some of this infrastructure.
Well,
Also, I need to disclose, when I looked at that list, my son-in-law is actually one of them on the list, and also I want to say, I didn't tell him to apply, I didn't even tell him about it. He read about it in the Chronicle. And, I mean, I don't want it to help him with me being a commissioner, and I don't want it to hurt him. So I just need to disclose that.
I will make a motion that we approve the list. However, I would suggest, Elise or Jake, that I would suggest our comments, that we get a summary of our comments that's been made today. And Jacob, I don't know if you want to work them up with Elise.
Yeah, I don't know if you need something formal, we're happy to work on it.
Yeah, I don't think we need something formal.
Yeah, I agree with you, because at the end of the day, they're making a recommendation to you, so
Yeah.
it is important to know where you guys are at with these.
Yeah.
So,
And I attend that board, but if you're expecting for me to go back and communicate, I mean, I will sign and tell them, but so Jacob, if you could work with Lisa and our chairman, and make sure that our recommendation is accompanied by our comments and our concerns, so that they know how to go forward in the future. And we can just do something unofficial, but they need to hear the discussion and the points that we brought up in the discussion. And they can either go that way or not. If they choose not to, then next time we just might deny some, I guess. We have that ability to do so, that's my motion.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything, since my son-in-law's one of the people.
as long as you've disclosed the conflict,
Just to
you're
close the
okay.
conflict.
Second Bill's motion.
I have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Want your computer back, Jacob?
Yeah. I was looking for it all down there in my bag.
Okay. Discussion and possible approval of the renewing the terrestrial broadcast television equipment maintenance agreement with Commercial Business Radio LLC.
Maybe you could state your name for the record.
So good morning, I'm Clayton Anderson, part owner of Commercial Business Radio. So you'll see there's two items. The first one is the TV translators. There really hasn't been too much change to the contract. There's a change in price. So we originally did 5 sites is what we were maintaining, but really not listed on those sites was the landfill, and there's actually a site at Kanosh that we have equipment in. The Kanosh site doesn't have translator equipment, but it's monitoring equipment, and there are utilities that are already covered under there. There just wasn't something that was added in there, and we've been taking care of them, but we put that on there. And then just the increase in cost. Many of the things that we get in them with the equipment that we have, like they call them transmodulators, and we're able to get by pretty good, but the difference here is we've requested an increase of just under $5,000 for the year. It ends up being about $400 a month to the cost. So we haven't necessarily recommended an increase to like the equipment portion. The other thing that's coming forward is there's some experimentation and something called ATSC 3.0, which is, right now we're on 1.0. And, and there was a big digital transition, and there was movement away from some of the frequencies that were allocated by the FCC to T-Mobile. All of those have been moved. There is a new window where we can license some new stuff, and we're actually, we have new equipment, well, old equipment that's still working that we have at some of the sites to get new TV channels to locations that we previously didn't. So we're working with the money that is available to us in the budget that's allocated to us for equipment and such. So we're not necessarily recommending to change that, but we are requesting an increase there to the 36,000.
Any questions? Comments?
No, I've gone around and been to most of the translator places, and these guys do a great job. And they try to save all the money they can and use the equipment to the best that it can be used, and they try to